You know what this is? You know what they're doing to us?
Hey guys, so we're finally going to be talking about Green Inferno. It's been highly requested for me to review it. I should have had my boyfriend join me, but the timing just wasn't right because I saw it with him, so I thought he'd be, you know, a good person to review it with, but he's not here today. I'm sorry. He'll be back though, don't worry. So first, let me just start off by saying that this was probably one of my most anticipated movies this year. This one and Crimson Peak, which comes out, and I'm so excited. Definitely going to review that too. Don't even request it, I know. Probably the two most anticipated movies, and The Visit, which we all know how I felt about that one. If you haven't seen The Visit review, I'll link it down below. So already my expectations were really high with Green Inferno. The trailers looked amazing, and then they released the Red Band trailer with the eyeball, and I loved that. I thought it looked really good. And normally I don't fall for eyeball stuff. I think it's kind of overdone by now, but a lot of times it doesn't look real, so it just kind of ends up not working for me. But this is a situation where definitely it was good. So the basic plot is that there's a group of student activists out of college, and they basically kind of recruit this girl into joining, and then what ends up happening is their plane, something's faulty, something happens, they crash in the rainforest, and the tribe proceeds to attack them, capture them, and now they are the hostages. So then it kind of plays out from there. Obviously the story goes they are cannibals, so you do see some cannibalism going on. One thing I did like about this, it has Sky Ferreira in it, and if you watch my other channel like 2.5 years ago, I did a whole, I did 2 videos based around her, so obviously I'm a fan of her. I really like her. She's one of my fashion icons, and I've never seen her in an acting setting, so it was really cool. And her character is very offensive. The first couple words out of her mouth, I was like, oh, okay. But in general, her character's not like a huge role in it anyways, so. Can we also just mention that we see the Spy Kid's penis? I was like, really? We're gonna, okay. So I'm gonna talk about it in general, and then I'll get into spoilers and the ending and stuff. Towards the end of the video, I'll give you a spoiler heads up. So in general, I like this movie, and I know a lot of people didn't. Someone asked me on Twitter, they're like, please tell me you did not pay money to see that. I did, and I enjoyed it up until the ending, and I'll get into that and why later if you've seen it or if you just want to know what happens. I liked the humor in it. It did have some humorous parts, and I felt like they were good, and my boyfriend pointed out that it's because it was darker. It was a darker kind of comedy, so we're just dark people. So some fun facts about the film, and then we'll get on to the ending and spoilers and stuff like that. So the villagers that are actually in it, the Peruvian tribe, had never seen a movie or TV, and they didn't know what it was. So he brought them and the movie Cannibal Holocaust, and they thought it was a comedy. So after they saw that, they were glad to be in the movie, and some of them were crew, so they agreed to be actors in the film. They are not actually cannibals. There are no cannibal tribes in the Amazon. Now, one thing I want to bring up that I'm not quite sure about, I don't have enough information to make an educated decision on or have an opinion about, is racism. A lot of people are saying that the portrayal is racist, and I don't know what exactly. It might sound ignorant, and I'm okay with being educated if you guys want to enlighten me down below and share your opinion, but I thought I would bring it up because a lot of people have brought it up, and I don't want to be ignorant of the issue, you know, if it's a big one about this film, about racism. So please let me know your opinions down below. Like I said, I don't have any myself. I just want to hear what you guys think. Anyway, now we're gonna get on to the spoilers and what I liked and didn't like towards the middle and end of the film. So if you don't want to know, then tune out now. So I thought that the build-up and towards the middle of the film was a little bit slow. They don't actually get to the village of the cannibals until 45 minutes in, and I feel like there's so much backstory that maybe we didn't need. I felt like that ran a little long, and obviously we're there for the gore. We want to know about the gore. The gore was pretty good. However, I expected way more. I know it sounds a little nitpicky and a little, you know, picky on my end because, like my boyfriend said, he was expecting like Evil Dead status, and he thinks Evil Dead, the remake that recently came out, was way better in the gore situation than this one. I have to agree, there were some disturbing gore parts of this film for sure. The guy in the trailer with the eyeball, he ends up getting hacked up alive, and that part really bothered me. It really did. You know, hearing him scream and stuff while they're cutting his legs and arms and stuff off was really disturbing. So it was actually really good at making the viewer feel uncomfortable. However, it was really horrible with its foreshadowing. I called things so easily. In the beginning of the film, they're talking about female genital mutilation, otherwise known as female circumcision, and I immediately turned to my boyfriend like, they're gonna do that to them in the tribe, I bet you. And no, it doesn't happen, but it gets really close and I get really uncomfortable. I'm crossing my legs, I'm like, oh dear lord. I thought the test to figure out if they were virgin or not was kind of funny. She just shoved a stick up there, and if there was blood, they're a virgin, which is a really inaccurate way to tell if someone's a virgin or not. So towards the end, I thought it was very unrealistic. I thought for sure everybody was gonna die. Pretty much everyone does, except for one person, and that is the main character. Wow, what a shocker. The main protagonist, which is the girl that we follow throughout the whole film, ends up being alive at the end, and I thought that was a little weird, and not to mention her reaction when she gets out of there. She does not act traumatized in any way, other than the fact that she has some nightmares, which at least they're acknowledging in some way that, yeah, it's probably a little traumatizing, that what she just went through, watching all her friends die, and being almost eaten alive, and almost having her stuff cut off. So early on, we know that the leader of the student activist group is kind of a douchebag. He is just an asshole. He is willing to sacrifice people, sorry, my cat's distracting, for the cause. Can you not touch the tripod? So at the end, when she's actually escaping, he's like, wait for me, and she's like, okay, bye. And she leaves him there, which, you know, that's a personal decision. Some of us probably would. Some of us might be like, what are you doing? No, don't leave him there. He's gonna die. Okay. I don't know. I personally would probably save him, even though he was totally willing to let me die and all my friends, or all his friends die, rather. She wasn't friends with anybody in there. I just thought it was a little unrealistic, and then I thought it was unrealistic. My brush is just chilling. And then I also thought it was unrealistic because when she comes out of the woods and there's like a war going on between the construction people and the tribe, because the construction people are finally there. She's running out in the field and she's like, I'm American, don't shoot me, even though she's like painted like a tribe person when they're about to, you know, be circumcised as a female. I'm just surprised that nobody shot her, nobody tried to catch her. I mean, it was another thing. What the heck was up with the credit thing? When in the middle of the credits, it cuts out and you hear a cell phone ringing, and it is the guy who she let die. It's his sister calling, saying that they have a aerial shot, like a satellite photo of him in the jungle, because she said that there was no one else there. Why do they have a satellite photo of the guy in the tribe? Like, that's not real. Who goes on there, I don't believe her, I'm gonna look at the satellite pictures. Like, other than that, I thought the rest of it was pretty good. I thought it was disturbing, although even though the plot, it was so plot heavy with so much buildup, I felt like it wasn't as strong. And I mean, I was there for gore. I mean, I wasn't in there for a really big plot. I didn't even know the plot going into it, to be honest. I watched the trailer, forgot all about that. I was just in it for the gore and the cannibalism. I know I'm morbid. Which, it was there. It was good. The cannibalism part was really cool. Oh, I need to talk about the weed. Guy earlier on gets some weed from one of the other people, whatever, and he's like, it's strong, it's Peruvian, be careful. He decides to put it in a girl's body that they know that the tribe is about to eat, and they're like, it's gonna fuck them up. So the tribe gets high because she ingested the weed, and now they're eating her like, body. First of all, how? Second of all, no. I'm sorry, but it's not gonna fuck them up to the point where they are delusional. It's weed. It's not alcohol. It's not heroin. It's not cocaine. It's not a fuck up drug. It's weed. It's not gonna do much to them that's a really weird plan, and I was so pissed that it worked in the movie. I was like, are you kidding me? And I didn't like that comedy when they come up to the people when they're escaping and then they're like, they're the munchies, and then they start eating him. That was stupid. All in all, would I own it on DVD? Definitely. I would watch it again. I liked it as a general film. It was disturbing, and for me that equals scare factor, so I think the scare factor was pretty good because it felt very real. But I will say it's going to disappoint a lot of you. So that being said, that's that. I want to know your opinions about it though, and about everything that I talked about in this video. Please leave your thoughts down below. Any recommendations? Starting American Horror Story Hotel. You excited? I'm excited. I'll have every review up 3 days after the air date of the show, so sorry about the little delay, but if you want to watch them earlier, I am on Vessel now. I will have the link down below. You can watch them earlier. They'll be going up the day after the show airing on Vessel, so check that out if you want. So with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.